Coming from you, that's a great compliment. I'm doing fine, except I can't do this and the microphone. Okay, we'll get on now to our honorees, and I think this is really a fun idea for us to do this. We have a special village, we all know that, or we wouldn't be here. I'm 5 generations, so I'm sort of stuck, but and nicely stuck. Ted came to this village, Ted Conklin, came to this village, I don't know when you first came, Ted, where are you? He's embracing someone. Oh, that's a good thing. So he came in 1972, and he came to the hotel. Now the hotel is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful building, as we all know, but I think it was at that point quite run down. It had not had guests, apparently, from their website, the hotel's website, for 30 years. They had not had meals for several decades, and liquor had not been sold legally and since before World War II. So I think Ted took on quite a bit, but it is dating back to 1846. It is one of the beauties and the steadfast, gorgeous place in our village, and we all love it. You come to that place and you love it, you make friends, you join your friends, you come for celebrations. I know each and every one of you adore the place, and I'd like to give Ted a hand for coming to our village and putting this beautiful place on the map. Ted, could you come up and speak for a minute?
Nancy wasn't kind enough to give me any notice that I had to say anything. And the last iteration of the American Hotel was when they lost their billiard license in 1911. And, well, you know, the Youngses ran it as their private home and sort of a small boarding house kind of an operation into the 50s, I guess, or 40s. And then Will Youngs died in his late 90s back in the, I think, 69. And then I started it in 71, 72. But allow me to thank you for this acknowledgement. Well, thank you so much. And let me just tell a quick story, which I'll try to weave this thing back so it makes some sense. A few years ago, and I'm talking about neighbors, not celebrities, because everyone knows that the East End of Long Island is really a celebrity petting zoo, they call it. A number of years ago, we always do a party for Joel Klein and Nicole Seligman, who live up on Suffolk Street, and the end of each season. And it started out where Joel would invite Mayor Bloomberg. He was the chancellor of the school system, so he'd invite the mayor and several, or quite a few, 56, 70 people. And we went through this year after year, but as things evolved, we're now maybe 5 years ago, and I get up at 6:15 in the morning, I'm down at the Bagel Boy getting my coffee, and who's across from me? Mike Mulcahy, the Attorney General. And we have a little discussion, then I walk up the street and I see that Janine Pirro is doing Pilates on my front porch. And I asked her to, be a little bit more proper. And, but I said, who are you waiting for, Janine? And she said, I'm waiting for Dr. Oz. And Dr. Oz comes up, and the third person that was meeting them was Judith Miller. And, suddenly we're starting to get into sort of pretty heavy tags and biographies here. But they run off on the, in the convertible out to the beach. And Nicole walks down the street a couple of minutes later, and she's got Rupert Murdoch with her. And these are our neighbors. And let me see if I can wrap this up. This is not just another great village. This is a unique village, I think, in the world. And what I have always been tagged with is the question, what is Sag Harbor like, from people all over the globe, And, I said, well, it's this big, and it's got 2,000 people, and it's busy in the summer. That never cut it for me. Finally, I gave up, and I just said, Sag Harbor is the center of the universe. And indeed it is, but it's because of celebrities, but not so much celebrities really. It's about neighbors, it's about all the people who keep the history together, keep the culture together, and we do the best we can. Can't do without the Sag Harbor Historical Society. So thank you very much.
So it's kind of fun when we started with this idea. You know, we had some workmen in the building, and I said, well, you know what? We had this idea of picking the iconic businesses, and there are more than just 3. Trust me, and we are honoring them also. But it was fun because people would immediately say, well, the variety store, the wharf shop, the hotel. And it was just, that was it. That was it. And it's true. The wharf shop is just an absolutely treasured place. In front of the wharf shop, there is a sign that reads, oldest business house, 1832. Nada, you can correct me, but your mother-in-law owned that building before you, correct?
No.
Incorrect.
My father-in-law, Bob Barry,
Right.
the son, not the mother.
Oh, excuse me, I thought it was Beth Barry.
No, Beth ran it.
Oh, okay, all right, well,
Part of it.
incorrect information. Well, anyway,
Frank ran
get the history right. So, Nada came to the wharf shop in 1968, and it's probably one of the most beautiful children's toy book store anywhere. It hasn't changed. Nada is there, and it is, for me, I don't have, my grandson is now too old to go and buy things there, but it is, I come in there almost every week, and sometimes when I'm feeling a little blue, I will go in there because it brings to me whimsy and fun, and I love that about it. And Nada, would you like to come up with Gwen and say a few little words to us? Tell us a story.
As a lot of you know, I'm never shy of words. First of all, I want to thank Nancy and the Historical Society extremely for doing this. And I also would just like to acknowledge the fact that Main Street wouldn't be the way it is without our Sag Harbor Chamber of Commerce, because they have made great effort to keep it alive. And I think that should be acknowledged. I'll quickly, before Gwen talks, say that I came to opened the store because there weren't any basic educational toys in the village, like blocks and wood trains and puzzles. And also there weren't any contemporary gifts. A lot of people don't realize that we also carry a certain percentage of the shop of gifts. And should I swing over to you at this point? I'm sure she can say. When I opened, we served coffee, and Gwen said, taster's choice every morning. Anybody who came in, we were just trying to get people in. And in the afternoon, we served British cheese and crackers, because I was born in England, my British background. And then I didn't have enough funds to fill all the space. So we asked Gina Nee, who was the artist and wife of Alexander Brooke, a well-known artist who lived in the Point House, if she'd like to open a gallery in the space behind. And so we had an early gallery in Sag Harbor. And Gwen, tell about you.
Okay, I've had too much wine to tell stories, but my mom's store would not be existing without the input and help of integral staff member, Dee Dee O'Connell. Dee Dee, come on up here. Dee Dee, I know she's shy. Dee Dee joined the shop 50 years ago, before I ever worked for my mother. And it was her first shop. Her mother dragged her into the store. She was very shy. And but hey, she hung with us and has put that together. We also, you know, in the aspect of being a community and community-minded business, we have employed at least over 100 young
Yes.
people throughout the Wharf Shop years. And that is, it's not easy to employ kids and give them their first job. I can tell you. This year, we actually have two employees. One is 14, one is 15. Their mothers worked for us back in the 1990s, and they came back. No, I would have rather hired a college student with more self-confidence. But you know what? What you do is because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And so we're a family at the Wharf Shop, and we train all of our employees to greet every customer that comes in. Yes, we want to sell you merchandise. We will actively engage you in a sales pitch, but we also want you to feel comfortable in your buying experience. We don't want you to click and ship. So we love our Sag Harbor community, and we have tried to help maintain Main Street as being a unique and vital shopping environment. Mom, do you have something else?
Just thought I'd tell one funny story which Dee Dee said to me the other day. We have a breathing pet in the store. We have dogs and cats. And she said, and Dee Dee does our window religiously. She's fabulous. She also runs the windmill for the Chamber of Commerce down there, which is another horrible job, but she does it wonderfully. Getting starved. But anyhow, she put one of the breathing pet cats in the window, and she told me that the next morning someone came in and complained, telling her, that cat will freeze. This is an awful thing you did. So I just thought it was cute. Anyhow, thank you, Historical Society. Thank you for supporting the Historical Society.
Raise your glass to the Wharf Shop. And last but certainly not least, once upon a time, every town had a 5 and 10 cent store. And we do.
It's so true. Everything.
However, the prices have changed a wee bit.
Thank you.
But Phil and Roseanne Bucking purchased the business in 1970.
She's 15.
And to my eye, growing up in this village, it's the same as it was before. And you can dispute this, Roseanne, but it looks the same to me. It is a place that you can go and you can just about get anything that's on your list.
Absolutely.
It is what I call the go-to store.
Absolutely.
If you can't find somebody, you just turn to the counter and you say, what aisle is the dental floss at? Aisle 4 on the right. No, keep going, keep going. It's right down there. I mean, that's the kind of stuff and the nice treatment that you get. And Roseanne and daughter, please come up. Let us give you a hand and let you say a few words. You all know.
Well, first of all, I have to say, the first hors d'oeuvre that I ate.
She's having a good time. Microphone.
Very embarrassing, but anyway. I'd like to thank the Historic Society for this honor. I'm just very,
Like you're gonna eat it.
very overwhelmed. Sag Harbor is like the best place in the whole world. Phil and I came here and we opened the 5 and 10. At the time, he was an engineer in Bulva Watch Factory and I was a stay-at-home mom. And we had this opportunity. We always wanted to have our own business and we went for it. We didn't know anything. We had no business experience, so we kind of winged it along the way, and it just worked out. For us, it was just a wonderful thing because Sag Harbor is like the greatest place. Honestly, it's such a beautiful village. The people. Oh, we needed you. Well, I have to say, the first day that we opened, it was a Ben Franklin prior to it being the 5 and 10. And the people in Sag Harbor were just amazing. I mean, we never expected to have all these people come in, and it was wonderful. It was just a great experience for us. over the years, it's been, you know, you work hard and do your thing and do the best you can. But like Phil always said, my husband, if you love what you do, it's not work. And it's actually, that's the way we feel about it. And I'd like to thank Sag Harbor people, all the wonderful people in this town. It's just been a great experience for us. Not that we're going anywhere, hopefully, but I just want to thank everybody for your support. And it's overwhelming, honestly. Thank you so much for this. But one thing I have to say is, if it wasn't for my daughter Lisa, we wouldn't be there. And, you know, she's done a great job. Thank you.
So I just want to say thank you. This is quite an honor, and I just want to clarify: if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't still be here. My parents, you can't take away the hard work that they put into it, the dedication. You know, all the ups and downs that go with owning a business, but it's wonderful. It's worth it. Sag Harbor's great, and thank you so much for this honor.
One more thing. I just want to say that if Phil were here, he would be so happy, and I'm sorry he's not here.
We are all very sorry he's not here. Thank you all, one and all. Go back to the bar. Happy days. We love you. Wait, 1 minute. One more thing. Oh, no. What you need to do, I know why she's coming. You need to go to the silent auction table.
That is exactly so. So it is 6:10. As you know, we're raising money for archives and other things. We noticed that there were a few items that didn't have the minimum bids on them. We made some adjustments as the Catherine was in charge of all the things. Right here! To go to the silent auction area and give it another look at it.